Hi Homestead, it's Mrs. Brayman. We've done a lot of activities today that have to do with your plans for high school, graduation, and beyond. I hope you've learned a lot about yourself and all the opportunities that you have for the future. Now that we've built your 4-year plan and have explored some careers, we are going to document your graduation plan here on Indiana Career Explorer. Before we get started on this, we need to make sure your profile and parent contact information is updated on Indiana Career Explorer. So the first thing I need you to do is log on to Indiana Career Explorer and click on My Portfolio. Next, we are going to click the Edit button under My Profile. Then we will click Edit on Personal Information. We need to make sure that all of this information is up to date and accurate. The most important part of this contact information is going to be your email address and also your parent email addresses. So you need to enter those and please make sure they are correct at this time. If you do not know your parent email addresses, simply put in yours for now. This will ensure that your graduation plan is sent to your email address so you can share it with your family. Later on, I will need you to go back into this plan or into this profile and update your parent information so they can receive information on the activities you've done in Indiana Career Explorer. The last thing I need you to do on this page before saving is making sure that this email opt-out checkbox is not checked. We want to make sure that you and your parents receive all the information that they send out. Okay, so teachers, please pause this video at this time to make sure your students have enough time to complete this. All right, students, now that you've had time to update your information, we are going to click Save. Next, we are going to go to the left of this page and click on Indiana Graduation Plan. This is where we are going to document the goals that you have for yourselves, the type of high school diploma you hope to achieve, and the programs you plan to participate in after high school, such as the military, an apprentice program, and college. Most importantly, you are going to document how you're going to achieve these things. I am going to walk you through the entire plan, and while we're going through this together, please fill in each section as fully as you can. Teachers, please feel free to pause this video as needed to ensure students are caught up and completing all portions of this form. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is look through the graduation promise. This is the most important component of your plan because it describes the actions you are going to take to achieve your plan. Specifically, it states that you understand education is key to your future and therefore commit to graduate from high school. You will also take time to plan and prepare for life after high school by being a responsible citizen and making good decisions, by going to school and actively participating in your learning, studying hard and turning in homework, pushing yourself to complete a Core 40 diploma or higher, such as an academic honors or technical honors diploma, exploring different careers and learning how colleges include lots of options, such as 2-year programs, 4-year programs, certificate programs, and more. Finally, asking for help when needed. You can see on my screen that I have already obtained a parent signature and clicked through each of these. This is what your plan will look like once you complete it. Teachers, please pause this video to ensure students have read through the graduation promise and checked each of the boxes. Next, we are going to scroll down and select the diploma you hope to achieve while in high school. So your options for this are the Indiana Core 40 diploma, the Core 40 with academic honors, and the Core 40 with technical honors. Please take a moment to choose one of these options. Next, we are going to document the career exploration that you did today. Under the 9th grade section, you can see that your career interest inventory results are already recorded. So you can see when I did this test, my results were human services, education and training, and arts and video technology. So if there are other career interests that you have in different areas, I want you to type that right here. So I will put counseling, for example. Next, I want you to type in specific jobs or careers that interest you. So this could be school counselor, teacher, nurse. Next, I want you to type in what you will do to explore these career areas this year. Teachers, please pause this video at this time so students have time to think about their answers and record this section appropriately. Okay, so at this time, you should have your 9th grade section complete. As you scroll down, you can see that this information is going to be updated every year of high school. The next section we are going to focus on is your post-secondary plan. Post-secondary plan specifically means your plans for after high school. I want you to refer to the career exploration activity you did earlier today and document what your plan is to study after high school. I also want you to record specific colleges or programs you learned about today. If you have a certain school or college that you hope to attend to, please record this as well. Teachers, please pause this video to ensure students have time to complete this section. The next section of this graduation plan is a little tricky. For this reason, I do not expect you to complete this section entirely. If you happen to know your ISTEP scores from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, you are welcome to record that. If you know whether you've passed or didn't pass, you can simply record that. The high school tests, such as the Algebra ECA and English 10 ECA, I do not expect you to complete that at this time. The state of Indiana is going to do a lot of changes to standardized tests. For example, there will no longer be an Algebra ECA. And next year, all students will take what's called the ISTEP Plus, which will be a graduation exam. And you can see that the ISTEP Plus isn't even recorded as an option under the testing plan. For this reason specifically, I do not expect you to complete any of the sections right here. The AP section, however, is very important. Whenever you take an AP test, I want you to record what class it was for, when you took it, and what your score was. Depending on how you score on these AP exams, you could earn college credit. So it's very important that you document this. Next, we are going to scroll down and you will see different standardized tests, including the ACT, the SAT, and the ASVAB, which is a military exam. So when you are in high school, whenever you take one of these exams, I want you to record your scores. Many of you will not have anything to record at this time. However, there will be a few of you who have taken a practice SAT, an SAT, or an ACT. If this does apply to you, please take some time to fill in the scores for these subjects or tests. Teachers, please pause this video at this time to make sure that your students have time to review all this information and enter any test scores that they have. If you are not sure of what your test scores are exactly, because it's been a few years, that is okay. You can leave it blank and come back to it at another date. Okay. The next section is simply an attachment so you know what your parents and advisor will be seeing. This just means that your 4-year plan that you created today is included in your graduation plan. So when you send this to your parents and advisor, they will be able to view your 4-year plan. The next section of this graduation plan is a checklist. I want you to review this very carefully. As you can see, the checklist is divided by grade level. These are steps or actions you should be doing each year to ensure that you are on track for your graduation plan. Please review these lists and check any activities that you have already done. Teachers, please pause this video so students can review this portion carefully. Once you have reviewed each of the checklists very carefully, the last thing on this activity or graduation plan only applies to those who are 21st century scholars. If you are unsure of whether you are a 21st century scholar or not, simply contact Mr. Anderson or myself, and we will be able to tell you if you are a scholar or not. If you are a scholar, I want you to do one thing to this section, and that is simply check whether you are enrolled in the program or not. Okay? If you know for sure that you are not a 21st century scholar, you can simply click no. Okay, so please do that at this time. All right, so finally, we are going to save this plan. Please click the Save button at this time. After that, I want you to click on the Send button. At this time, you should be able to see your parent email addresses listed above. If you do not see your parent email addresses, you may simply enter it right at this screen right here. If you do see it, simply click on it and it will email your plan to your parents. I also want you to send your plan to your advisor. So you will need to type in their email address on this screen as well, and then click the Send Email button. And this will send your graduation plan to both your advisors and parents. Once you have done this, you are finished with this activity. Advisors, please keep in mind it does take some time for the graduation plans to arrive in your email. So as long as your students have sent this email, then you guys are complete with your activity. All right, thank you, students. Have a great day.